The Euro 2024 was special. There was a lot of expectations from the big players to the big teams, and finally it was the reigning and unstoppable Spain who shocked Europe once again and became the crowning champions of Europe. With that, one guy seems to be seen in the Great Hall of Fame. As Peter says, a young sensation emerging in the new galaxy with magical potential. So the question is Lamin Yamal really the next Messi? Well, he's probably very close, or probably a little ahead, I should say. Actually, we've never seen anyone like him in the history of football. If he continues on this path, he could genuinely stake a claim as the greatest of all time. You might think this an overreaction fueled by recent bias and hype, but in this video, I'll explain why that's not the case by taking a closer look at his story, his rise to reputation, and what he needs to do to unlock his full potential. So who is Lamine Yamal? Born in Barcelona, he was scouted and brought to the legendary Barcelona Academy, La Masia, at just 7 years old. Even as a child, his highlights were unreal. It was clear he possessed a natural talent beyond his peers. As an attacker, he was scoring the most goals and displaying a unique ability you simply couldn't teach. Playing for La Masia, the world's greatest football academy, only accelerated his development. What was truly terrifying about Lamine is how quickly he progressed, consistently outperforming everyone around him. He was always competing in older age groups and physically maturing faster than expected. Yet he was still a standout performer, quick with incredibly fast feet and good size. It was almost impossible to take the ball from him as he glided past defenders with ease. What set him apart further was his football intelligence. At La Masia, tactical awareness is ingrained in players from a young age, and Lamine adapted to this seamlessly. However, his coaches ensured they didn't stifle his creativity, allowing him to play with freedom and flair. He loved taking on defenders, beating them one-on-one, and expressing himself on the pitch, making him a joy to watch. Always attempting new skills or audacious shots, Lamine often pulled them off. Anyone who watched him at the academy level knew instantly that he was destined for greatness. Even Barcelona's first team manager, Xavi, recognized this and invited him to train with the senior squad at just 15 years old. Xavi was captivated by Lamine's brilliance, describing his skills as moves you wouldn't expect from a teenager. Impressed by what he saw, Xavi handed Lamine his first team debut in 2023 at 15 years old, making him the youngest player in Barcelona. Initially, his debut was meant to signal the club's commitment to Lamine, with plans for him to continue developing in the B team. However, in the preseason, Lamine earned his chance with the senior squad and made the most of it, performing consistently well as the right winger. Although the position was filled, Ousmane's transfer to PSG opened the door for Lamine. Rather than sign a replacement, Barcelona decided to take a gamble on the 16-year-old. A bold move given his limited first-team experience, but Xavi trusted him, starting Lamine in just the second game of the season. The young talent didn't disappoint, displaying confidence, creativity, and a tireless work rate. Xavi quickly realized he found Barcelona's next star. Lamine's breakout moment came in his next match against Villarreal, where he dominated, dazzling with his dribbling and vision. He tallied 2 assists that day, becoming the youngest player to register an assist and win Man of the Match in La Liga history, all while still sporting braces on his teeth. Just 3 games into his La Liga career, it was evident that Lamine was ready for the grand stage. With Xavi's guidance, Lamine continued to develop and was soon playing nearly every game, starting more than half of them. He wasn't just playing for his development, he was being selected because he was the best option at right wing. What made Lamine exceptional was his maturity. His ability to create chances out of nothing and dribble past multiple defenders was unmatched. His crossing and through balls, usually skills that take years to refine, were already at an elite level. But Lamine's greatest asset was his decision-making. He consistently made the right choice on the pitch, whether it was a pass, a shot, or a play for the team. Xavi described him as incredibly clever, always choosing the best option. Watching his highlights, it's easy to forget that he's just 16. His composure and intelligence on the ball are beyond his years. Lamine's flair and entertainment value harken back to players like Neymar and Hazard. While it took him a bit of time to add goals to his game, he quickly overcame that weakness, scoring stunning goals for Barcelona. In just 1 year, Lamine went from debuting to becoming a regular starter, and eventually, the most important player on the team. While his stats, 5 goals and 5 assists in 37 games, might not seem groundbreaking, anyone who watches Barcelona can see the impact he has on every match. Barcelona may have faced challenging times recently, but their academy has been a beacon of hope. With talents like Lamin Yamal, and his 17-year-old teammate, Palacios, rising through the ranks. Along with Gavi, Ferman Lopez, Pedri, and others, these young stars could lift Barcelona out of its dark period. But it's not just Barcelona they're saving. Spain, too, has long needed a spark of creativity, and Lamine, along with Palacios, might be the key to the national team's future success. Lamine's international debut broke records, becoming Spain's youngest ever player and scorer at just 16 years, after a brilliant performance against Georgia. But the match that truly made people take notice was Spain's March 2024 clash with Brazil. This game featured two young stars, Brazil's Endrick and Spain's Lamine Yamal. While Endrick found the net, it was Lamine who stole the show, creating chances, winning a penalty, and registering an assist. His performance solidified his place in Spain's squad for the Euros, where he continued to impress. Starting the first game against Croatia, he became the youngest ever player to appear in the Euros and the youngest to register an assist. Lamine's form carried throughout the tournament, helping Spain win all three group stage matches. The knockout stages where stars are born saw Lamine shine even brighter. In the round of 16, he provided an assist in Spain's win, but it was his performance in the quarterfinals against the host nation that had everyone talking. Facing experienced players who had won league titles, Champions Leagues, and World Cups, Lamine held his own, providing a crucial assist that propelled Spain to a 2-1 victory and into the semifinals. By this point, Lamine had become a global sensation, but not everyone was on board. French player Adrien Rabiot, in a pre-match press conference, doubted Lamine's ability to perform on the biggest stage. Lamine responded on Instagram with the caption, "Move in silence, only speak when it's time to say checkmate." And that's exactly what he did. Despite France taking an early lead, Lamin Yamal changed the game with a stunning goal, curling the ball into the top corner with such precision that it left the world in awe. The strike made him the youngest ever scorer in Euros or World Cup history, a goal that will be remembered for generations. Even French coach Deschamps called the goal magnifique, while Kylian Mbappe watched in disbelief. Spain went on to win the match 2-1, setting up a final against England. Lamine capped off his spectacular Euros campaign with an assist in the final, helping Spain to a 2-1 victory just a day after his 17th birthday. He was crowned a European champion and named the young player of the tournament. To achieve this level of success at such a young age is simply extraordinary. Winning the Euros at 17 and playing a pivotal role in Spain's victory raises the question of how high Lamine's ceiling truly is. Comparisons to Messi seem inevitable, especially as a left-footed attacker from La Masia, but Lamine is already ahead of Messi's trajectory. Lamine became a European champion before Messi even made his senior debut. Messi didn't play for Argentina until he was 18, and didn't score his first international goal until closer to 19. Yes, comparing the two might seem premature. After all, we've seen many next Messis fail to live up to the hype. But Lamine is different. There hasn't been a 16-year-old in football history as good as him. Rooney, Fabregas, Owen, Cristiano Ronaldo, none of them reached Yamal's level at this age. Even Maradona didn't fully break through until he was 18. The only player who could rival Lamine's early success is Pele, who won a World Cup at 17 after scoring 6 goals, including 2 in the final. Lamin Yamal's career trajectory places him in competition with the greatest footballers of all time. What he's achieved at such a young age has only been rivaled by Pele, but despite the comparisons, Lamine has remained humble, downplaying the Messi links. He said, "Comparing yourself to the best player in history won't help. I'll never be like him. I just want to be recognized as Lamine." However, one looming challenge is injuries. Starting a career at 16 means a higher risk of physical breakdown. Many greats who started young saw their careers cut short by their early 30s. To avoid this, Lamine must be as disciplined as Cristiano Ronaldo, or as naturally resilient as Messi. Barcelona and Spain must carefully manage his playing time to prevent burnout. Xavi has already taken steps, ensuring Lamine didn't compete in the Olympics to protect him. But beyond that, we need to appreciate the talent we're witnessing. Lamin Yamal has the potential to become one of the all-time greats. No one at his age has ever accomplished what he's done, and he's only going to improve from here. If that's the case, the world should be very, very excited. It's almost as if Lamine was blessed at birth. In December 2007, a 20-year-old Lionel Messi, already a future GOAT, took a picture for a charity calendar. One lucky family was chosen for that photo, and the baby in Messi's arm was none other than Lamin Yamal. The odds of this happening happening are so astronomically low that it feels like destiny. Lamine Yamal, blessed by Messi himself, is now becoming a superstar with constant comparisons to the Argentine legend. Soon, the two could even face each other on the biggest stage as champions of Europe and South America. The GOAT versus the future GOAT. What stood out was his football knowledge. Playing for La Masia, the youngsters are taught tactical football from a young age, which Lamine soon responded to. However, given his exceptional creative abilities, his coaches made certain that he was able to play with freedom and flair. He enjoyed taking on defenders, defeating his opponent, and expressing himself on the field, which made him interesting to watch. He was continually trying out a new talent or attempting a crazy shot, and he usually succeeded. Anyone who saw a Lamine game at the academy level understood who he would become, including manager Xavi, who chose Lamine Yamal to practice with the first squad when he was just 15. He was the unmistakable standout among all La Masia graduates. Xavi used to tell us that he did some amazing things, moves that could not be related to a 15-year-old. Xavi was so impressed by what he saw in training that he decided to give Lamine his first team debut in 2023 at just 15 years old, making him the youngest player in Barcelona history. The game was merely designed to demonstrate the club's devotion to the player. He planned to play for the B team and continued to grow, but Yamal was given a shot with the club during the preseason and continued to perform well as a right winger. But the player had left the season to join PSG, and Xavi and Barcelona failed to find a replacement. Instead, they opted to take a chance with a 16-year-old. This was viewed as a huge risk, putting so much faith in a youngster based on a few good preseason games. But Xavi trusted Lamine. He started him in only the second game of the season, and the kid did not disappoint. He was a bright spark, playing confidently and pressing hard, and Xavi believed he had discovered his next superstar. Just watch one of his several highlight tapes and you'll be amazed. How can someone 16 have a 15-minute highlight video of bullying guys twice his age and have it appear so smooth? He's bringing the flair and fun that we haven't seen since players like Neymar and Hazard. It took him a bit to fully add goals to his game, but in a couple of months, he was able to correct one of his few flaws by scoring some incredible goals for Barcelona. In just 1 year, he made his debut, advanced to his first team, became a regular starter, and eventually became the most important player on the club. His stats aren't the most impressive, 5 goals and 5 assists in 37 games, but if you watch a Barcelona game, you'll notice his impact on the game goes far beyond that. However, there is one major problem: injuries. Starting your career at the age of 16 causes your body to break down far more quickly. Most young attackers terminate their careers around the age of 30, unable to keep up with the physical demands of the game. To avoid this, you either need to be incredibly disciplined like Ronaldo or an alien like Messi. We've previously seen La Masia grads meet that dreadful fate. Ansu Fati was hurt early on and has not recovered. Pedri played 72 games in 2021, and his body has not been the same since. Gavi at 19 already has a torn ACL. To avoid the same fate, Barcelona and Spain must closely monitor his playing time and limit some of it. Aside from that, we must recognize and appreciate the brilliance on display. The shot has the potential to be one of the GOATs. Nobody his age has ever done this, and he'll only become better from here on out. If that's the case, everyone should be quite scared. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like the video and subscribe for more content. Make sure to hit that notification bell to be notified every time we upload a video. Thanks for watching.